Hey everyone, Tom here to show you another video. Today we're going to work with the Calendly app. I'm sure a lot of you out there use Calendly. That's probably why you're watching this video. And what we're going to do is we're going to pre-populate the Calendly app. So the reason we might want to do that is because, well, there's two big reasons I find. The first reason, and probably the best one, is data integrity. So especially if you have a Calendly app that integrates back to a system like your CRM, you're going to want to make sure that the actual email that they're using to register for your event, so if you're sending them out an invite and saying, hey, book some time with me, you want to make sure whatever email they're using there is the same email you have in the system, so you can very easily match those two people together. That's a huge one. The other thing too, though, is it prevents them from doing typos, right? I see it so many times. I send them a link. Why am I filling in my email again? They quickly do it, and then they make mistakes, and then they don't get the reminders, and it's just a bit of a mess. So that's reason two. And then reason number three would just be more the professionalism of it. It looks really cool. Clients are often pretty impressed if you can send them a link and it looks like, hey, they know me, they have all my information pre-populated. All I have to do is just book my time. So given those three reasons, let's get right into it here. So I created just like a trial Calendly account, and it kind of comes with a default event. So I'm going to pop that in. And yeah, this looks like standard Calendly, or I can book some time. But this is exactly where it falls, right short, right? Where you want to have actually name and email, hopefully pre-populated in there. So again, all those reasons I just described can happen. So how do we do that? Well, what you do is you start with the same URL. So I just copy and paste it. But then what you do is and this is kind of the tricky part, you do a question mark. You can see I was testing this a bit. And you just type in exactly as you see it here. So name, so I'm going to say exactly name, and then you do equals. And this is really kind of like, I don't know, standard URL stuff. People are familiar with URLs, but if not, it's fine. You can put in their name. So I'll just do, let's say Bob space testing. Spaces are fine. You'll see why in a second. And then I'll say and, so that's the other thing. So the first one's always a question mark, and then every one after that, it's an and. Now we're only really doing two, so it doesn't matter so much. But email. So we're going to say at bob@gmail.com. And then I'll hit enter. So real quick, if you noticed, it doesn't matter so much that I had that space because it replaces it with this %20, which is, again, URL kind of stuff that translates kind of our standard characters into something we can put into a URL. So that's %20, and then the @ sign you can see here was changed to %40. Again, that's kind of just the translation. So let's see how this works now. If I do 17th, do 10 a.m., sure, and there you go, right? So pre-populated, ready to go, awesome, looks great, no typos, people are pretty happy. So those are, two big ways you can do that now. But then the final thing I'm going to show you here is how you can actually get this. So, a lot of people say, oh, that's great, but am I going to do that every single time I send something out to a client? That seems a bit clunky, don't love it. And I get it totally. And so what I recommend is then to take it as a final step, build this into the templates in your CRM. So I'm going to pause quick. I'm going to switch gears to my CRM. Yeah. So here I'm in my CRM. I use Blue Mortgage CRM. It's built on the Zoho platform, if people are familiar with that. So it'll work exactly the same if you're just using straight Zoho. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a brand new template for my borrowers. There's a lot of things you could do here. I like to just, for the sake of this video, I'll just do a super plain one. So yeah, I'm going to call this Calendly example. I'm going to say subject is book sometime with me. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say hi, first name. So this is an important piece, right? You want to see that number sign hashtag for some of the younger folks out there, I guess. You can see that it gives you a list of all the fields, all the data that you have for your borrowers here. And so yeah, basically what I did there, I did it kind of quickly, but I just did that number sign, clicked in, and it kind of gives you this very cool thing, which will dynamically put in their details when you actually send it out. So that's fine, so whatever. But the cooler thing is we say, okay, book some time with me here. And I'll say, book a call, that's what it'll be. I'll hyperlink this. And what I want to hyperlink it to is I'm basically going to recreate it, what I just made. So I do this, I say that. But then if you remember, I do question mark name equals, and then this is where I'm going to say Can I do full name? I wonder if, no, I have to do first name, space, maybe I'll do the %20, last name, and then email equals email. So you can see how I'm not doing it for each time. I'm letting the CRM, which has these merge tags, create this link for me, which is pretty cool. So now I have this. I'm going to cut it, and I like to put it in a nice little link like this. So we'll do that. Let's save. Thanks, and then whatever signature. So I have this template now, and so that's really the trick of it. I'll just put this into my new lead email, sure. And so that's really one of the big tricks of it, is using those merge tags. So let's see it actually in action now. So I'm just going to pick a random person. John Smith looks great. Looks like a stand-up kind of guy. I am going to send him an email directly from my CRM. So I'm going to do it manually, but a lot of people like to put these even in automations, right? So you can do both. But yeah, so I got to find my emails here. Great. I'll compose a new email. This pops up, and then I like to you can just insert the template that I just made, that Calendly example. Great. Whatever. Done. So great, we hit send. We can hit send, that works fine. But you can see in this thing here, it doesn't just have, obviously, it's dynamically put in all those fields there. So if I click this, so now, oh, I don't want to just do it, I'll just hit send. So, okay, great. So now that's sent. So now John Smith has that email. And so now I'm looking from John Smith's perspective. He just got this email. So now what he's going to do is click this and book some time. And there you go. All his details are in there. So this is how it all comes together. So first off, using these special things in the URL, using those question marks and that sort of thing. Question mark name, insert name, and email, insert email. And by doing that, you have this structure that works really quite well. And then you layer on top of it your CRM merge tags. And by bringing those things together, creates a really nice user experience. And you're bringing together of course, your Calendly tool with your CRM. So that's where I'll leave it for today. Hopefully this was useful. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Please leave them in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. As a final point, I'll say if you found this interesting at all, please subscribe. It really means a lot. It helps me know that I'm on the right track with these types of things. So please do hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. Thank you.